An Egyptian source has confirmed that Egypt provides 70% of the humanitarian aid entering Gaza without charging any fees, dismissing claims to the contrary. The officials stressed that Egypt has always been a strong supporter of the Palestinian cause, taking on significant burdens to ensure aid reaches Gaza despite the challenging conditions. Egypt has further called on the international community to step up support for Palestinians and help them overcome the worsening humanitarian disaster. The source reaffirmed that Egypt remains committed to both political efforts and on-the-ground humanitarian aid, standing firm in defending Palestinian rights and easing their suffering. European and Arab ambassadors have united in rejecting forced displacement and ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in Gaza. At a meeting in Brussels, diplomats stressed the importance of a two-state solution and called for implementation of UN Security Council Resolution 2735, which demands a ceasefire, humanitarian aid access, and an Israeli withdrawal from Gaza. The parties agreed to continue coordinating joint efforts on the Palestinian cause. The Vatican's top diplomat, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, has strongly condemned US President Donald Trump's plan to forcibly remove Palestinians from Gaza. Speaking alongside Italian officials, Parolin reaffirmed the Vatican's call for a two-state solution. His remarks follow Pope Francis's strong criticism of Trump's policies, including a rare public rebuke of his anti-immigration stance. Turkish President Erdogan has declared that forcing Palestinians out of Gaza is completely unacceptable. He warned that US endorsement of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's claims will only escalate tensions, not bring peace. Erdogan added that peace efforts cannot advance through misguided plans that serve Netanyahu's interests while endangering Palestinian lives. The U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that Washington is waiting for Arab nations to present a plan for Gaza's future as an alternative to Trump's proposal. Rubio emphasized that the U.S. and Israel will not accept Hamas maintaining a presence in Gaza, warning that without a clear solution, Israel could resume its military operations, pushing the conflict back to square one. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency, UNRWA, has said that displaced families in Gaza continue to suffer despite ongoing efforts to deliver essential humanitarian aid. In a statement on the social media platform X, the agency highlighted the dire conditions residents face as they return to their devastated homes. It warned that harsh winter weather, heavy rains, and overcrowded shelters are leaving many without adequate protection. The Gaza municipality has reported that 70% of the infrastructure in the Gaza Strip has been destroyed. Despite limited resources, teams are working to restore basic services. The municipality also revealed that Israeli forces have destroyed 133 municipal vehicles and pieces of equipment, 80% of its fleet, leaving only outdated and deteriorating machinery. The Rafah municipality has said that Israeli forces now control 60% of the city, with homes being destroyed amid continuous gunfire targeting so-called safe zones. Officials warn that the assault is endangering civilians and obstructing humanitarian aid reconstruction efforts. They're calling for urgent international intervention to halt ongoing Israeli violations since the ceasefire was announced. The Gaza municipality has reported that Israeli occupation forces destroyed 133 vehicles and pieces of equipment, as I was saying just a moment ago, while also disabling 63 water wells. In a statement, the municipality warned that restrictions on the entry of heavy machinery are hindering efforts to clear rubble, reopen streets, and restore movement in residential and commercial areas. The International Committee of the Red Cross has expressed deep concern over the situation of detainees still held in Gaza. In a statement, the organization reaffirmed its ongoing efforts to secure their release and emphasized the need to continue release operations in the coming period. Dozens of U.S. Congress members have voiced their opposition to President Donald Trump's Gaza plan. In a letter signed by 145 lawmakers, they urged Trump to retract his statements, emphasizing the need for the U.S. to take a more active and constructive role in resolving the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. They also expressed concern over a U.S. president advocating for the forced displacement and permanent expulsion of 2 million people. Palestinian media reports that Israeli quadcopter drones have been broadcasting threatening messages to residents across several areas of the Gaza Strip for hours. Eyewitnesses say that the drones emit sounds of crying children, screaming women, and barking dogs, followed by a message urging citizens to rise up in anger. "74 humanitarian aid trucks, including 14 carrying fuel, have entered the Uija crossing en route to Gaza. According to Al Qahira News' correspondent, the aid convoy, facilitated by Egypt, includes food, tents, and other essential supplies to support displaced residents. Israeli occupation forces have continued their 25-day assault on Jenin, killing 25 Palestinians and injuring dozens. Tulkarm and its refugee camps have faced 19 consecutive days of attacks, while the siege on Nur Shams camp has entered its 6th day. Israeli raids have caused widespread destruction, forced evacuations, and mass arrests.